You know, I was thinking about the first time I ever fasted. I was actually sitting here or standing here, and we are walking on the land, by the way, walking on our land. Beautiful day in North Carolina. And I was thinking about the first day that I ever fasted. And I remember it was after reading the book by Queen Afua called Heal Thyself. And she talked about the idea that there was all kinds of fasts. She was the first person that brought to me that a fast could be, she called it an urban fast, meaning people that had to work every day, or people that, you know, couldn't do traditional fasting, which is basically dry fasting, no food, no water for a certain period of time. And she talked about the idea of fasting once a week. And I remember after reading that book, Heal Thyself by Queen Afua, my best friend and I became vegetarians overnight. And we then eventually, as we were vegetarians for a few months, still reading that book, the Bible of vegetarianism for black women and black people, I remember us doing this. Okay, we want to do this 1 day a week fast. This 1 day a week fast. Now, mind you, this was 1992, and we were youngsters, right? So I remember we used to get Vita Soy. I don't know if Vita Soy even exists. I think they still do. Where it was the soy milk that was in a container. And we used to drink Vita Soy. We used to call that our day of fasting. And what we did was we would drink liquids all day. I remember all that soy milk we would drink, calling ourselves, and we do the chocolate one at that. Vita Soy used to have some good chocolate. Soy milk, I know now soy is the devil now, huh? But, you know, in some ways. But I never will forget that one day of not eating solid foods and eating chocolate Vita Soy and drinking lots of water. And I'll never forget how great, I know it sounds crazy, but the not having food, even if it's a soy milk at that point, you know, it was still liquids. And that feeling that I felt, I couldn't wait. And my day was every Monday, I remember, both of us. And I couldn't wait for the next Monday to feel that feeling again of not eating solid foods. So it was like 1991, 1992. And ever since then, I was hooked. I remember when I did my first 21-day fast, it was right after I had my daughter. I mean, not right after. She might have been about 1.5, 2 years old. And I wanted to do it. I wanted to do a juice fast. Juicing was all the craze, you know. I had my daughter in 1996, so it's probably around 1997. And I wanted to do the 21-day juice fast. Like, I understood at that point, I knew that soy milk wasn't great, and that's not really a fast. Well, not the best one. And I did a 21-day juice fast, and I loved the way, first of all, I mean, I gotta admit, my mental clarity, my strength actually felt happier and more energetic. But more importantly it wasn't more importantly, but it felt like it at that point, how clear my skin was, how I had lost so much weight. And I remember that I was loving the smaller body, the weight loss. I was loving it. But my daughter's father at the time, he was not feeling it, because I had completely lost all my booty and my thighs and everything. And everybody was like, what happened? Especially all the brothers. So, needless to say, after the 21 days, I stopped that session of fasting. But I would do fasting for a day, fasting for 3 days, and often then it was juice fasting, literally taking, you know, juice and pressing it in a juicer and fasting that way. I mean, I went through I remember my first juicer. At that time, I think that was the only one, or at least the most popular one, was the Juice Man juicer. I had the Juice Man juicer Junior. I had every Juice Man juicer, but the thing was, as well as it worked in the beginning, that thing would always conk out. For those that ever had one, you know what I'm talking about. And I felt like once I was on my third one, I was like, there's got to be a better way. And so, yeah, that's what I discovered, just all kinds of other juicers, but the Juice Man juicer was it. I juiced a lot. I remember when I first discovered spirulina, it must have been same time Queen Afua, 1992 Heal Thyself book. Spirulina was my go-to during fast. I didn't know then that it's an appetite suppressant, so it makes you can fast longer because you're not as hungry. And I just always felt so energetic, still do. I still love spirulina. I know people have, you know, different opinions about it, but I loved it. Like, I mean, when I really think about like fasting, like I loved fasting. And I think, you know, I feel like back in the day, I was definitely more connected to the spiritual aspect of fasting. Something that I think that we're kind of losing in this, you know, new kind of fast-paced information overload, fasting to look good, to lose weight, to, you know, glowing skin. I think we're losing the fact that fasting is really about connecting to the divine. And yes, all those other wonderful things happen too, but the idea of connecting to the divine is everything. And I want to have that kind of fast again, because I remember fasting, the last fast, I'm talking about the most extreme fast I ever did, was 60 days liquid fast. I had soups, but they were very liquidy, raw soups, juices, smoothies, and water. And I was thin, but the youthfulness, the way as young as I looked after that fast was as young as I felt. And it was something to me, and so much came to me. But it was so interesting that after the fast, and I'm sorry, so much came to me, but I remember after the fast, I went right back to my old ways. You know what I'm saying? I went right back to eating. It was raw, but it was, because I guess I was so hungry too. And I felt like Spirit was clearly telling me things. And it's like, what happens when you fast and you get messages, but you're afraid to move on it, or you don't trust the message, or, you know, what happened with fasting is about mental clarity and a closer walk with the divine. Then why don't our lives really change? You know, back in the day, I mean, think about the 40 days and 40 nights, Moses going into the wilderness. Like, fasting meant, like, I come back with the 10 commandments. Why are we not coming back with the 10 commandments? I'm just saying, like, think about the way fasting was used. It wasn't used to just make you feel better for the day. It was to change things in a huge way, in a monumental way. And so my fasting intensive that's happening this Sunday, April 8th, it's about monumental moves. Yes, you're going to have glowing skin. Yes, you're going to look beautiful. You're going to have mental clarity for the moment. But how do I use that moment of so much going on in my body that's amazing? How do I use that amazing feeling to create something that can change the atmosphere, that can help not just me grow, but everybody around me? And then also too, I was thinking about the first time that I did a fast in a group was that changes the game. I remember it was when I taught at this black alternative school in Oakland. It was called Luxor Academy. And I will never forget, I will never, ever forget that fast, because not only did we fast, we had to wear white every day. And I think we did a 21-day fast as the instructors of the school. So all of the teachers were fasting together. Do you understand how powerful that is? Black people, it was the men and the women. And we wore white every single day, from white socks, white shoes, white undies, white everything. And we fasted as a community, as a group, as instructors to our youth. And that was life-changing. Like that, the group one, if you don't know what messages are coming through when you're fasting on an individual level, when you fast as a group, you have the group because they're experiencing things and feeling things. We had times at lunchtime we sit together because we're drinking juices and we're having conversations that it wasn't just me trying, in this case, to shed light on a different situation. It was having the advice of the younger women, the older women, the brothers, the younger brothers, the older brothers. You know, even the kids felt the vibration. I realized the importance of group fasting, and for us as Africans in the diaspora, even more so. So I really hope you're coming to this fast. I feel like this fasting, so subsequently, I have been fasting for 50, it's really fair to say 30 years. Because my mama used to put us on fast too. My oldest brother did the fast most of the time, And we were juicing, fasting on juices. It was a V8 from the can, honey, and some Mott's apple juice. I'm telling you, I remember it. So on some level, we've always fasted, but she didn't, my younger siblings and I, we didn't have to take it as seriously as my brother did. But fasting is everything. It changes your life. It changes your life. And that was beautiful too. So the most amazing experience was with my own brothers and sisters and mother, my family, and the community. If you really know you want to do a clean out, but you don't want to just clean out for the season, you want to clean out so that things can be monumental change in your life can occur, then join this intensive. It's $97, normally $147. It's a 21-day intensive. In this intensive, you will receive 24/7 access to a mastermind group of black women who want what they want and want what you want as much as you do. You will receive instruction from me about, I think I added up to something like 12 hours of live streams, answering your questions directly, taking time with you. You'll receive homework assignments that actually change you, worksheets that actually change you. You'll receive meal prepping, but it's real. It's not like sometimes you go in groups and it's just the person doesn't really show up, or they might show up once and then they got all these assignments. I'm there walking with you. It's a beautiful experience. Yeah, you'll receive daily motivation from me. Literally doing short videos of my day and what I'm doing and what I'm eating. But then I'm also instructing 12 hours of that. And the community, you'll receive that as well. So, and one thing we're going to do a lot of is what my husband and I are doing right now, and I'm going to finish it up, is we're going to walk in nature, and I'm going to do a lot of videos walking in nature. And because this is really what it's all about. And I hope you join. So you have to January 8th. After January 8th, it's going to go back to $147. So you got a chance to go in for $97. Actually, the $97 special is really over in a couple of days. So I hope you can be a part of it. I love y'all. I'm going to walk this walk, and the sun's shining on my face. I'm going to put my hat back around. I just did that for y'all because my husband said I had a shadow on my face. But now we're doing this, and I'm going to enjoy nature, the true jewel, and the best place to fast. Love you ladies with all my heart. This is Lisa Marie Goodson of the Blackberry Beauty Transformative Academy, Ancient African Wisdom for the Modern Sister. Peace and blessings, ladies.